What's up, RZ Jones fans? Um, this is gonna be a long, tough one to do, but I woke up this morning at about 10:30. I was gonna get up around 9 to play the new Star Wars game. I was really excited. I was watching some stuff last night, get ready to go. And I woke up this morning. This week has sucked when it comes to deaths of people who are of the celebrity kind. Obviously we just within the past couple of weeks, we've had a bunch of people pass away, unfortunately, and I guess we weren't done. Um, I found out today that Peter Cullen, the voice of Prime, passed away today at the age of 85. He this sucks. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It sucks. You know, I talk a lot on this channel about fandom and about things that we enjoy, things that bring us joy. And my top two for the longest time has been Masters of the Universe and Transformers. Um, you know, before Masters came into my life, it was this guy. This guy right here. And I am not a kid of the 80s, but Peter Cullen has still been my Optimus Prime since I was a kid. Um, I had, I apologize, I do not remember the voice actor's name who voiced Prime in the Armada trilogy, but he was part of my life. And then 2007, I got to meet the original voice of Prime with the 2007 movie. And since then, he's been my Prime. You know, we've had other people along the way, but I mean that's Prime. Peter Cullen is Prime. My favorite performance of his as Optimus will always be Transformers Prime. It's my favorite iteration of the robots. And I watched my favorite episodes of his from season 2 when he reverts back to Orion and gets to learn to be a Prime again and whether or not he's worthy. Just within the past couple weeks, I've watched Rise of the Beast here recently, and I recently re-downloaded Fall of Cybertron and played his mission when you go and get Metroplex for the first time, and I completely forgot that I had the original G1 skin for Prime, so I got to play as a G1 Optimus Prime in the game, and it was really cool, and I got to hear his voice. I am going to go see the re-release of the movie next month, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. It's gonna hit a lot different now, knowing what's happened today. That movie will, and you know, whatever fandom you're in, whether you're in the Motu fandom, the Transformer fandom, the Star Wars, the Marvel, the DC, the Firefly, whatever it is, Um, you've got those people who are just going in there to criticize and belittle and always find problems with the fans or with the property. Just for today, can we not do that? That'd be pretty great. Um, can we all band together today and just mourn one of the great legends who did so much for us as a fan base? He, you know, his speeches as Optimus Prime are always going to be in my head. The speech he gives at the end of the first Transformers movie is still one of my favorite Optimus Prime speeches of all time. I use it a lot. Um, really sucks. When Kevin Conroy passed away a couple of years ago, I went on a really big Batman kick. And going back and watching Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero, going back and watching some of his later Batman work, and then getting to hear his voice again in the Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movies was really cool. Whenever I read any of the new Skybound books, I hear his voice still. Um, I was always wondering whether or not they were going to try to get him for the new animated series they were working on with Amazon. But I I don't know what they're gonna do now, to be honest with you. I mean, we have other people who have voiced Prime well, like, you know, and it just it's different, you know. Three deaths and four deaths in my life really affected me. That would be Robin Williams, it would be Kevin Conroy, Jason David Frank, and now Colin. Um, you know, it's not fair or it's rude in my opinion to say you know we wish he wasn't taken away. Um, he lived a warm, he lived a living and important life for many of us. And not many people will get to know that. You know, we've got kids coming up now who only know Peter Cullen as Prime. And it's going to be very interesting to see this generation grow up without that voice. I'm also a huge Winnie the Pooh person. Like he was in my forte at some point in my childhood, whether I was a young kid or adolescence going into teenager. Eeyore was an important character in my family's life. They all were, but we lost a good one today, and to the Cullen family, I wish you all the best, and I hope you're gathered and remembering what an incredible man you guys had in your family. And to Peter, I thank you. You 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 inspire me to be a better person. Um, Prime is one of those people that just makes me feel better as a human being. And my favorite quote of Prime's is always going to be, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. And I don't think there could have been a better conduit for that statement than him. Anytime he met a fan, anytime he went to an event, a premiere, an expo, whenever he talked about this character, it was nothing but reverence. You know, everybody's bringing up the story today of how he came up with the voice of Prime from his brother Larry when he told him that he was going to go voice a truck. But he said it was a hero truck. And his brother said, then treat him as a hero, revere him as a hero, and show people being good for the sake of being good is a good thing. And he did. For nearly 40 years, that man, he led us in small and big victories. I'm very happy that in my lifetime I got to hear his voice, whether it be in the big or small screen. I'm very happy that he got to play Prime in Rise of the Beasts. And I'm very excited to hear him one more time in the movie theaters as Optimus Prime during the 86 re-release. This one sucks. It really, really does. And to my Transformer fans, till all are one, and to Mr. Cullen, you are now one with the Allspark, and may your Primus brothers keep you and hold you close. And we will see you again in the near future. Thank you for listening, and talk about them in the comments. Let's get a conversation going. Let us know your favorite moment as Prime, as any character of his, whether it be Carr from Knight Rider, the clicking from the Predator, to Optimus. Talk about Peter in the comments, and let's celebrate him. We're going to end this video with a moment of silence for Mr. Peter Cullen, who passed away at the age of 85. Rest in peace until all are one.